Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video, I am so excited to share with you guys what I have been working on for the past like 2 weeks. I've had the idea for a long time, but I've actively been working on it for 2 weeks, and I'm super excited that I'm finished and I get to share it with you guys because I feel like I've been looking at it for so long that I've been trying to like perfect it, and I'm just like, you know what, it's fine, Ryan, it's fine. So I'm going to be sharing with you something that is new coming to the shop, and they are limited edition kits. In my shop, if you guys didn't know, if you're new here, welcome. I do have a Mama's Got a Budget is also an e-commerce shop on both Shopify and Etsy, where I release budget essentials, budget tools, and everything like that. So for these kits, it's going to be a limited edition release that the patterns themselves are going to be available only at the beginning of the month, and then after that they're going to go away. So I want to show you guys what it is that I will be offering. It's not going to be like a mystery subscription or anything like that, so you guys do have like you can see everything. That's fine before you decide to purchase, but I just want to show you guys what it is going to be. Now, these are going to be unlimited stock from only December 1st, 2019 to December 5th, 2019. So in those 5 days, you have to order these specific patterns. These patterns are going to go away after December 5th. They will no longer be available. Next month when I release February and January, I'll have new patterns, but then kind of like the same products, different colorways, things like that. So I'm super excited to show you guys. So I'm going to actually start with the one thing that's not limited edition. I don't mean to confuse you guys, but the one thing that's not limited edition, and these are my new monthly inserts. So for 2019, I was in a classic happy planner. For 2020, I'm going to A5 rings, and I have just been in A5 ring mode. So I designed these. Everything I design, I will use, no doubt. But I designed these specifically for me, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put these in the shop because they are awesome. So these are my new minimal month on 2-page inserts. So on the left hand side, you have the month and the year, then you have kind of like a sidebar action, and then you have Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday starts. You can choose whichever one. And then on the right hand side, you have a monthly focus. So 2020, I feel like, is going to be the year of vision, and I wanted to release something that is going to help not only me but others, you know, stay on track for the, you know, 2020 perfect vision type thing, to help others also stay on track. So things you can write up here like lose 8 pounds, start keto, eat at home, you know, more, spend more time with family, catch up on my shows that I've been missing, you know, focus more on self-care, things like that. So I really am excited to start using these. The design is super minimal, so that if you are one that goes ham with decorations, it won't interfere with anything that you're doing. And also, if you want to leave it, if you're more of a minimal planner, then these will work as well. At the bottom, I do have, it's got to be upside down because this, oh my god, it's gotta be upside down, but I do have my logo down at the bottom of, there we go, of each page. I made it lighter gray so it wouldn't be like bam, like sticking out, but I did want to kind of brand my stuff, you know, because I spend time on it. So yeah, that's what we have for this minimal month on 2 pages. These are going to be pre-printed. I'm going to be stocking these. So like I said, they're not going to go away after December 5th, but even if you order like in March, they're going to be the January through December versions, because I'm just going to grab them and, you know, already have them printed. I probably won't switch over to doing like, you know, like in the past I would do, like if you ordered in June, I would give you July of that year through June of the next year. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do that until about probably when I start, probably the academic, yeah, probably in July. So if you order anytime, you know, from January through June, you're going to get the first half of the year. So just keep that in mind with that. And also with the releases today, or so far that are going to be in the shop. The two sizes that I came up with are A5 rings, because that's what I'm going to be in, and classic happy planner, because I know that's a super popular size and I was in it myself for 2019. So same thing with the classic happy planner size. You have the month on the left, Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday, the sidebar, the super minimal date numbers in the upper right hand corner of each box, and then my logo on the bottom. On the right hand side, monthly focus is the only thing that's different. You do have more room, obviously, because these are bigger, but yeah, they just keep on going, and you have all the way until December 2020. So if you want to know what day your birthday falls on, let me know. Ask me, because I'll know, because I've been looking at these literally for like the past 2 weeks, and I'm like in the future. I feel like I'm in the future right now. So this is the size difference between the A5 and the classic happy planner. These are the two sizes that I came out with, like I said, because they're most popular. But if you guys have any other requests, then let me know, and I can try to add them to the shop for the next round of releases. I know some people use like personal size or mini happy planner or the big happy planner. Only a couple of people have asked me about big happy planner, but again, let me know if you are one of them. So super excited. These will not be going away. These are a permanent item in the shop. As far as the limited items, now these patterns are limited edition in my shop. They're not exclusive art, so you may see it, you know, floating around in other shops. Just with my shop, they're limited to the first 5 days of the month. So again, these that I'm going to show you are only going to be available from December 1st, 2019 until December 5th, 2019, and they will ship by December 16th of 2019 for you to start on your January 2020 budget. So that is the way I have them structured. So these are the patterns that I chose for January. I just thought they were super pretty, super abstract, and bam, we got a floral. So you know me, I had to include that. And they also have like some minimal patterns. It was just like a pink ombre into like a cream color, and then this blue starry sky I really liked. I really like the navy and the pinks in these, but then also the teal and the faint pink also. So these are the patterns that I chose for January. Now, as you can see, these are the cash envelopes. So there are a lot of products that are going to be in these limited edition releases. So the products will probably stay the same. I don't think I'm going to take anything out. Maybe I can add stuff if I think of stuff. But what's going to change month to month is the pattern and the colorways, as you'll see. So these are the cash envelopes. These are the standard size, as you already know. If you guys are familiar with the envelopes in my shop, they are super sturdy cardstock that are also laminated, so they will last for a long time. These are going to be available in all 3 sizes. I'll let you guys pick for that since they are limited, but in the shop I only really have standard sizes available right now, and then mini and wide are just on a custom, like as needed basis. So you can choose from mini, standard, or wide in these patterns for your cash envelopes if you want that, and you would order it the same exact way. The listing is going to be the same, where you can choose if you want them blank or if you want them labeled with whatever you want them labeled, and then you can choose your font, and then you can choose if you want them hole punched or not. So nothing's going to change with those, but I just want to show you these because I didn't print out every single thing in every single pattern, so I'll kind of like keep referencing these patterns as we go along, if that makes sense. So super excited for that. Again, I love the pinks in this and the deep navy blue. The colors turned out awesome. So those are limited. The next limited item, you guys know I am like an insert whore, so I had to design something, some type of special insert. Now, you guys can't see me right now, but I'm like putting my index finger up to my lips because I just can't even. This is the most perfect thing that I think I've ever designed. Completely original from off the top of my head. I went back to my old videos and to my old setup, like what do I do, what do I need, how do I do it, what's the most efficient way to get it done, to see your finances at a glance each month, and this is what I came up with. So these are my inserts. They're going to be available, I'll show you, also in A5 rings, and I'm going to go through them, but I also want for you to see them in the A5 size, but I'm going to show you in the Classic Happy Planner because they're bigger and easier to see. So you get a comprehensive monthly budget pack, and you get to choose how many paycheck budgets you want in your pack. So if you're not following my shop, I did a poll about how many times you get paid per month. You know, the most popular was bi-weekly, then we had twice a month, and then we had every Friday. So it was kind of like, okay, so do I do 1 or 5? I was like, you know, I'll just do all of them. So you get to choose how many paycheck inserts that you get in your pack, but let's go through them. This is the pattern that I chose, which again, let's reference it, is the same pattern on the envelope, right? Hold on, my battery's gonna die. Let me change it real quick. Okay, so like I was saying, this is the pattern that I chose for the month. So all throughout the insert, you're going to have this pattern. Are you ready? Let's get into it. Sorry about the shadow. I feel, oh, I didn't tell you guys, I'm now in the basement. I moved locations when we got the windows done, so I feel like I'm going ham on the lighting because I'm in a basement. So sorry for the shadow. I have a light over here as well to kind of fill in the gap. With the budget insert pack, this is the only thing that's going to say January on it. Let me point that out, because everything else is going to be kind of like you can use it whenever. Okay, so first of all, you get your notes pages. Okay, so first you get your notes pages, right? Just general, whatever, kind of like college ruled lined paper. Then you go into your month on 2 page, which is going to be a Monday through Sunday start. I like to have my weekends together, so that's why I chose this one. For the insert pack, they're all going to be Monday through Sunday. So just keep that in mind. You won't be able to customize that part. The only part you'll be able to customize for the inserts are the size that you want and how many paychecks that are included. So that's what I have here. Then you turn the page and then you get into your monthly budget. And with the monthly budget, you have room for income, debt, and savings on the left, and then you have your expenses. So if you're anything like me, you have a lot of expenses, I made sure to have a lot of room for that. And I use the same font as I do on the new minimal monthly inserts, so I think it's, you know, a little bit chicer. Is that a word? So you have room for your expenses, which are your vendor, and then your budget actual, and then your variance, and then down here you have your summary. If you guys have seen any of my past videos where I budget with my inserts, I like to have kind of like a snapshot section, and that's what this is when I'm determining my net income. Turn the page and you have room for your cash envelopes and sinking funds. So you got category and then budget and actual. And then over here you have your debt tracker, and this is probably my favorite part of the inserts, and I don't know why, because it's debt, you know. But you have each column, you have your creditor, your starting balance, your minimum payment due, then your due date, and what % of the debt it is that you're starting with, right? And then down here is still a debt tracker, but then you write down the creditors in the same order probably, and then if you made any charges for that month, any payments, so this will be positive, this will be negative, and then what your ending balance is for the card or the debt, the loan, the line of credit, whatever, and then what is your new percentage of debt. So up here it may have been, you know, 43% of your debt, but when you made your payments, now you're down to 31% of your debt, you know, let's say, so that you can see at a glance where you started and then where you ended up at for the month. And then we have another notes section down there. I had a little bit of room. Then you move into your paycheck budget. So it's labeled here, January paycheck 1. And it kind of looks the same. Let me focus it. It kind of looks the same. You got your income, then your debt and your savings. And that's going to be just for that paycheck. And then your expenses that you're paying with this paycheck. Summary. Down here, cash envelopes and sinking funds, and then over here you go into your spending tracker. So I find it way easier to track spending, not only daily, but by paycheck. It's way harder to remember what you spent what on at what point. So I figured if you broke it up, if you had a chance to break it up by paycheck, that would be even easier. So you have the date, location, amount, and category that it's going to hit, like entertainment or groceries or, you know, self-care or whatever like that. So I included 2 pages of that. So you got spending tracker front and back. And I find that it's also helpful to put in any bills that I'm paying in my spending tracker. So I kind of accounted for that when I was, you know, with the space. Then in each paycheck budget you have a banknote section. I find this super helpful as well. It's not one of the ones that you can tear out, but you can, you know, always take a picture or write it down in your post-it note. Just something that you can something separate for you to take to the bank, because they don't give those back all the time. But it's also helpful to see your total, you know, how much you're spending, how much you're getting out of the bank at any given pay period. So you have room for, you know, your hundreds, tens, fives, 20s, ones, and tens. I don't know why I said that out of order. And then your count. So then if you have, like, you know, 250s, the amount would be 100. So then you would bring just the amount down, not the count. I mean, if you want to bring the count, I don't know why, but whatever. So that's for you, a little banknote section. And then down here, okay, maybe the debt tracker is probably my second favorite part. This is my favorite part right here, is the mini check-in. If you guys were around when I first started my channel, I would do these like mini mid-month check-ins, or like a check-in for the previous month that you want to overview, things like that. So I thought I would include that in my inserts. So we have room here for you to kind of journal and reflect on what happened with that pay period. So I have room for you to write like your highest spending day, your no spend day or days that you had, category with the largest variance, like when you were going through your budget versus actual, you know, were you like $20 over on entertainment, or were you $100 under on your light bill? You know what I mean? So you can write that there, any unbudgeted expenses that happen, and then your current credit score. So I feel like these 5 categories encompass like the perfect budget snapshot, if you get where I was going with that. So I mean, I get a lot of comments that you guys are like, oh my god, I love the way your brain works and all that stuff. So this is my brain. This is my brain in disc planner format. So if you guys, you know, like the way that I lay out my stuff, that I explain things or anything like that, then you guys are going to love these inserts. And then it goes in again, like I said, paycheck number 2. This that I printed out is a 2 paycheck pack, but you'll get to choose from anywhere from 1 to 5 paychecks per pack. Obviously the 5 will be more expensive than the 1 because it's more paper, but hey, if that's what you need, that's what you need. Then go off, sis. So then you got same exact pages here, your banknote and your mini check-in. So it's super fun, and I'm so excited about them. So again, these are available with this pattern that we're choosing for the January limited. It's available only in Classic Happy Planner and A5 rings right now, but if I get more requests, then we can revisit that for February and see what other ones you guys would like. So yes, super excited about that. Now these will be coming back to the shop with February, but for example, the pattern on the front will be different. Obviously it'll say February, and then the pattern that carries throughout will be different as well. So that's what's going to change there. So excited about. Now let's get into the stickers. I didn't know how deep I was going to go into this But once I got started, it's like I couldn't stop, y'all. I could not stop designing stickers for this. And if y'all remember that one video that I did, my hot mess budget with me, when I used stickers for the first time, like these monthly like skeleton stickers for the first time, I was all over the place. I was so off. I don't know what I was doing. But now I finally have figured it out, because I've been looking at it, like I said, for weeks, and I feel like I get you guys now. I get you guys that use these. So I hope I'm repping for y'all in the appropriate manner. That's all I'm gonna say. So again, we're gonna have these out to reference the patterns. So you just imagine everything in these patterns, because you're gonna get to choose, right? I made everything super customizable. Let me kind of like leave them in the frame so you can see. I made everything super customizable, so you will be able to choose, again, your size that you want and your pattern that you want in the background for all of these listings for the budget kits that I'm going to show you. So let's start at the beginning. Okay, I feel like there's a lot of sheets here that you're going to be able to choose. Everything's going to be available a la carte, like I said, and they're going to be for these, it's going to be Classic Happy Planner and Erin Condren, because they're the same width, and then your A5 rings are going to be available as well. The first thing is going to be the monthly budget. Now, if you can see it here, I have it in the starry pattern number 5 that's over here, and I have all these labeled. All these listings will be labeled 1 through 5, which will be like this. So this is my pattern number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here. So this is pattern number 5 for the monthly budget. And like I said, the budget inserts are the only thing that's going to say what month it is. Everything else will just say monthly. So you can use it at any time. If you want to wait until July to use this, for example, you can do that, because it just says monthly. It doesn't say January at the top. So I won't judge you. So we have monthly budget, and then all these are printed. Sorry, I keep on getting off on these tangents. All these are printed on premium matte paper. That's my favorite type of paper to use. It's the smoothest, it's the most vibrant. I'm not a fan of the glossy, just because it squeaks so much. That's just not my thing. I just like it to be matte and smooth, and the colors saturate. Like, this sucks up ink so well. I could never not do premium matte. So these are on premium matte paper, but you're only going to be writing on the stickers in your total boxes. So you can keep that in mind, or if you don't want to use the total strips, then that's fine as well. So with the monthly budget one, you have your header at the top is monthly budget, income, estimate, actual, and then plus or minus for your variance. Let me get closer. And then you have your total, so you can bring all those down. Then over here for the EC, you have fixed expenses and then variable expenses over here. For the A5, I could not fit the word expenses on the variable side, so it just says variable. It doesn't say variable expenses, but I figured, you know, that wasn't too big of a deal, that's a given. Then you can bring down your total. And then on this one you have savings, and your goal, your actual, your variance, and then your total. Oh shoot, I forgot to put the little box, like the little whited out box. I'll fix that on your actual order, so don't worry. So you can bring down your total for your savings, and then you also have another strip of washi to close off the page. So I thought I would include that. When I was doing market research on these, I saw that a lot of them didn't include another strip of washi, and I'm just like, well, how do you know that they're actually going all the way to the bottom of the page, or they're not using the other half of the page for something different? So I wanted to have a second piece of washi included for you to kind of, you know, be able to pick and choose where you want to use it, or, you know, if you need it. I don't want you to have to buy it separately. So yeah, I included that on the sheet as well. I don't know the price point for these yet, but of course everything will be listed. It won't be anything too outrageous. I just have to go in and figure that out. That's like the last step to this 97-step process, is figuring out the price per sheet. So I want to show you an example of how it looks. This is pattern number 1 that I laid down here. in my Erin Condren. This is an old EC, I think it's from 2018, but the page width is the same. So I laid this down in my Erin Condren, and you can see it fits perfectly, and this is kind of like the feel that I'm going for, that it would be for it. Let me see, I have the actual page here. Like I said, I included a piece of washi for you, like if you make it down to the end. With everything, so let's say you want to close off the bottom of your page, just line it up there. Oh, I can't see. You want to close off the bottom of your page, then bam, that's included as well. So you'll have a whole nice monthly budget page, and then you know you can lay down your total, and each strip is formatted to fit perfectly in the width of the Erin Condren page. I'm thinking about also putting up some line paper. Let me know if you guys will be interested in that. So it'll look like that for you to bring it down. Everything super, super cute. So this is going to be available in all 5 patterns for you to choose from. So like I said, this is pattern number 1, this is pattern number 5, everything in between. Oh, this is what it looks like in A5. So you can see this is the difference in the page sizes for A5 and Erin Condren / Classic Happy Planner. These will be the same exact size if you want. If you have either of those, you would just order that EC size. Okay, we can move on to the debt tracker, and I also have this printed out here. So on the debt tracker page, this is an A5. You have your debt, due date, beginning balance, how much you paid, how much interest you have for that period, and then your ending balance, and then your total, and then again 2 strips of washi. From that, let's move into your paycheck. So this is in pattern number 3, and you guys know that I had to do floral. Like I had to print this out and see what it looks like on floral. Oh, again, also with each of the patterns, it has a different accent color with it. So if you pick the floral pattern, it'll have this dark pink. If you pick this abstract one, it'll have like this bluish gray. So I wanted to point that out. But you guys know I had to pick a floral. So this is for the paycheck. So you put this at the top, paycheck 1. I'll also have paychecks 2, 3, 4, and 5. So again, it doesn't say like January paycheck 1. It's just going to say paycheck 1. Plain and simple, to the point. So then here you can do your income, your estimated actual and variance, and then your total, then your expenses, and your estimated actual and total. So that's super cute. And then I know not everyone does cash envelopes and sinking funds, but I do have those available as well. So here it is for cash envelopes. It's super simple, just your category and the amount, and then your total, how much you're putting in. And then for sinking funds, same thing. Here's a different pattern. This is pattern number 2, and this is with the light pink. You're just gonna have your sinking funds, what you started with, how much you added, took out, and then your ending. Bring that down with an extra piece of washi here. So again, all of these are a la carte. So far, let's take this out. So we have 1, 2, 3, but this is actually, you have 5 options for this paycheck one. 4 and 5. And then let's move on to your spending tracker. This is in pattern number 4, and it's the super pale ombre pink to cream. And for that accent color, I chose this like deep forest green, so it'll pop on there. So you have your spending tracker, your date, description, category, and amount, and then an extra piece of washi down there. So that's number 6. And then I have this one where you do your weekly check-in, and this is the one that I laid down in my A5. So you have your category, spent and remaining, and then you bring down your weekly total, and then your extra piece of washi, and then your flags for you to kind of flag which week it is. And then for an example, this was like one of my early prototypes. If you follow the shop, I posted this on my stories. This was the black and white photo that I did. So as you can see, you have the banner part up here, the main header, and then your flags go over here. You kind of like draw a line down the side. I did end up making this line a little shorter because I just thought it was too long, so I moved that over and stuff like that. But this is kind of like an example of how you would use the weekly check-in page. And then I have, oh, it's gonna be weird, but I have the weeks are written out, spelled out, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, like that. So I thought that looked a little cleaner than having numbers on it. So that is it in A5. But again, all these come in Erin Condren and Classic Happy Planner size. So you have that. And then finally, to close off the month in your stickering, oh wait, no, I have one more thing. So then we have monthly highlights, and this one is kind of paying homage to my mini check-in portion. Let me get to it. So this is kind of paying homage to the mini check-in that's in the inserts. I wanted to have a monthly version, so monthly highlights. So I took these same categories and made them into stickers. So let me zoom in and show you. So we have, hold on, okay, largest variance, number of no spends, highest spend day, any unbudgeted, and then your credit score, and then a blank strip. So the way that you would lay this down is each of these boxes are individually cut out. I just made the whole image as one behind it, but each of these boxes are individually cut out, and then you would put one of these headers on top and then right inside the box, like credit score 729, you know, just write it in the box. And so you can stick it on your page when you're doing your monthly recap. This is how you would kind of reflect on the month in sticker form. So I thought that would be super helpful. And then also a random add-on is the washi strips. I wanted to add on more washi just in case you need it. So I didn't want to break it up in thick and thin and solid and pattern, and I was already doing too much. This was the last thing I did and I was already wiped out. So yeah, again, you can choose any of the patterns that you want, and each one already has its accent color assigned to it. So for the starry one, you would get this navy blue with it, and then like for the pink one here I have, you would get this the deeper pink, and so on and so forth. So each listing will have the appropriate photos, so you don't have to worry about that. But also wanted to do washi add-ons for those of you who like a little extra deco. So for the monthly the monthly budget, we have 9 different versions that you can get. And again, like I said, you can pick paychecks 1 through 5 for this. So if you just need 2 paychecks, just pick paycheck 1 and paycheck 2. If you need 3, then, you know, paycheck 3. I mean, if you need 3, then it'll be paychecks 1, 2, and 3. Sorry. And if you only get paid once a month, just do paycheck 1. That's it, to the point. So super excited about those. Then let's go into the functional items that go along with this. So everything that I have coincides with the patterns, obviously. So first off, we have flags. I did these for Gigi because she sent me a DM and she was like, I love it. When I posted the black and white photo, I'm like, you didn't even see what color it was. And she was like, you had me with the page flags. And I was like, say less. So I did a whole page of page flags, and these are the colors that are in throughout the whole kit. These are the 5 main colors that I chose. So like I said, that light pink, the deeper pink, the kind of blue gray, the forest green, and then the deep navy. So I picked 25 flags per page, so you have those. Then we have dots and squares and the Bill Do stickers, so we have those as well. These are super popular in my shop, so I wanted to do those in those colors as well. And then with the dots and the squares, so you guys know of, sorry, that come, what am I doing? Oh, these are, what are those? Oh no, these are. Okay, so you guys know the dots and the squares that I have in my shop. These are the dots, made them in the same colors. These are the squares, same colors as well. But I also want to do them in transparent. I told y'all I was going ham. I also want to do them in transparent. So you also have the option to have transparent dots and circles as well. So you can, let me see if I have an example. Let me do it in my January 2020. I know that I didn't print any of these for myself, did I? Oh, I'm more prepared than I thought. Look at me. Look at me go. So I have these transparent dots here. I have my January 2020 calendar. Let's do this. I know Elijah doesn't have school on the 20th because it's Martin Luther King birthday. They're observing it at his school, so I'm going to put this down. Wait, I got something on it. So I'm going to put this down. Bam, over the 20. So the paper itself is clear and it just adds a little bit of color, but you can still see through it. Let's see. I know that he's also off on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So for another example, we have the 3rd here. So they're just a fun way to mark. But again, still remain minimal in your planner, and you can see through them, so you can, you know, not black out the dates. So I thought that that was super fun. You don't have to use those for date covers. You can use them for, you know, important tasks, you know, to-do lists, to point out if you have a monthly bill, you can assign a color to those monthly bills. Like the dark blue can be Verizon, and then the darker pink can be ComEd, something like that. If you don't want them see-through, again, they are available in the regular premium matte. So these are not see-through, but they are so smooth. This was so satisfying to cut. I don't know why. I don't know why. So you have all those functionals there. And last but not least, I know a ton of you guys like to use labels to track your spending on your monthly grids. So of course I had to do right by y'all and make some of these as well. So we have them in all 5 colors. I don't know why I have 2 of the same ones. I didn't print out the navy for this group, but just pretend with me. So we have the light pink and the darker pink. They're also going to be available both Classic Happy Planner EC and A5. So Classic Happy Planner EC will be one size, and then A5 will be another, and they are smaller. Okay, so like, oh my gosh, I'm using pink again. So if you wanted to mark, let me see, I know Verizon is due on the 11th. I made them to fit my A5 inserts perfectly. You can see it there, and then you would just write, like, you know, Verizon. I don't have a pen close to me. Pen loop, no pen. But you would write like what bill and how much it's due, and then when it's done, you tick it off. I'm sure you guys have seen plenty of other budget planners budget that way. So yeah, it's the same thing. And then I also have them in all colors for the A5 size. So if you want to designate you know, the dark blue to eating out, and then the dark pink for unbudgeted, and you know, things like that. So I have all of those. And by golly, I think we're at the end of this video. I think we're done. I have not filmed in so long, you guys know, and this just felt like a freaking marathon for me. Let's go. Let me lay out everything again. So again, these are only available from December 1st to December 5th. After this, they will no longer be available until January 1st, when I come out with the February kits. So we got envelopes for you to be able to choose whether you want them hole punched, your category, and your font, the same way that I always have them in my shop. Then we got a whole bunch of functional stuff. We got labels for EC and A5. We have bill due labels. We got the flags. We got the squares, either on transparent or matte. Same with the dots, transparent or matte. And then we have the kit, the 9 pages, which are available a la carte, which you can do by paycheck, for your sinking funds, cash envelopes, track your spending, extra washi, monthly budget, debt tracker, weekly check-in, and your monthly highlights. You can do all that. And last but not least, we have your budget insert pack available in Classic Happy Planner and A5 rings. And also, these are not going away though. The monthly month on 2-page grid, the new minimal line with the monthly focus available in Monday through Sunday or Sunday through Saturday, pre-punched for January through December 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I can't believe that I'm finally able to film it. I have been working on it for so long. I'm super excited for everything that 2020 has to bring, has to offer. I'm ready to get back into it. I think I kind of hit a roadblock, a little stump there, but we're back in it, and I can't wait to keep creating new content and new products for you guys. So if you liked everything, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite product is, what you will be picking up, or what I can add to the shop so I can get to working on it for you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you with the January limited edition kit release. Peace out.